What's up guys, InspecthaGadget here, and today we're going to be doing an inspection of the Lenovo IdeaTab A1000. So without further ado, let's get inspecting. So the Lenovo IdeaTab A1000 has got to be one of the most budget-friendly tablets there is, at least when it comes to your pocket. It has a non-HD 7-inch 1024 by 600 pixel resolution display, and it's powered by a 1.2 GHz dual-core Cortex A9 processor with 1 GB of RAM. Now, although the version of the A1000 I have is supposed to have 16 GB of storage space, I found that I was only able to use 500 MB of space after installing about 10 applications. So that's a bummer. Now, to Lenovo's credit, they did try and rectify this with an over-the-air update that basically gives you 1.5 GB of space to use for applications, so they still fell short there. And even the bright side of including an SD card slot for expandable storage looks pretty dim, given that most applications won't use it to store data. Nonetheless, you still get a 3.5mm headphone jack along with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi radios. Still, the IdeaTab A1000 is full of disappointments, like the display. I've already talked about how the display was non-HD, but even the viewing angles are pretty horrible, and I don't know if you guys can see it here, but you really won't want to be looking at the screen from any other angle than head-on. However, if you're new to Android, or simply new to Android 4.1 Jelly Bean, Lenovo's no-frills interface makes it pretty easy to get acclimated. Still, I noticed everything I did on the A1000 seemed just sluggish. I mean, that was the general theme of using the tablet. Even using Google Now and Google Search, it seems to respond slower than on other tablets. But the silver lining for the A1000 is its speakers. I mean, music sounded really good on this tablet, and although it's not phenomenal, it is really good for a budget tablet. However, the same praise can't be made when talking about watching videos on this tablet. Yeah, you could watch YouTube videos, and even though the video quality wasn't the greatest, it was passable for decent. And of course, Lenovo also included a video of its own that worked without a hitch. However, when trying to watch anything other than those videos, I had issues, like Netflix. No matter how hard I tried, I just could not get past the video format not supported message that kept showing up on the screen. So I just chalked it up as, maybe it's a programming issue with Netflix not being optimized for the A1000. Boy, was I wrong. I got yet the same experience when trying to watch a movie from Google Play. Really disappointing. I mean, I thought those codecs were standard for the Android OS. And as if there weren't already enough problems with the A1000, I also had a hard time locking onto a GPS signal. I just couldn't get Google Maps or Google Earth to locate my position on the A1000. And the tablet really had a hard time rendering Google Earth. I mean, frame rates were really slow and choppy. It was really hard to watch the A1000 struggle through this animation of Stone Mountain. This is where the old adage, you get what you pay for, comes to mind. I mean, really disappointing here. On a lighter note, however, the IdeaTab A1000 performed well enough for mundane tasks like surfing the web. Yeah, there was some choppiness and checkerboarding, but aside from that, the experience was okay. And there seemed to be a recurring sentiment of indifference when using the A1000 for mundane tasks. Nothing blew me away by its speed or fluidity or power. In fact, using the A1000 sort of reminded me of the Android OS of old. Maybe Eclair. I kept thinking to myself, maybe it's the processor or the paltry 1 GB of RAM. Nonetheless, the lagginess reared its ugly head when opening applications and even showed up in Google Books page turn animations. Just about everything I did on the Lenovo IdeaTab A1000 yielded a subpar experience. And even though I could barely make out my brown skin on the 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera, I still had to remind myself that this is a budget device, and I know I'm accustomed to the accoutrements of the best Android has to offer. However, playing Berzel on the A1000 wasn't bad at all. And although I couldn't download more processor-intensive games like Asphalt 8 or Modern Combat 4, I was able to download the zombie-riddled Dead Trigger, and it worked just fine. So, if you absolutely can't or won't fork over a little more than a Benjamin for a tablet, then the IdeaTab A1000 might work for you. Otherwise, there are plenty other budget-friendly tablets out there to choose from. So that's it for our inspection of the Lenovo IdeaTab A1000, guys. Let me know what you think about the A1000 down in the comment section below. Basically, my take on it is, if you only have 125 bucks to spend and you want to buy it for one of your kids, to get used and acclimated to the Android operating system, then this is definitely going to be a nice starter budget tablet for them. Otherwise, I would save up my money for perhaps the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3 or the new Nexus 7 second generation for 229 bucks. So that's what I think about the tablet, guys. Let me know what you think again down in the comment section below, and if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button as it helps us out more than you know. As always, I'm InspecthaGadget, and I will see you on the other side. Peace.